Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. After the last night's WWE Clash of the Champions, it is officially Royal Rumble season as we are almost on the road to WrestleMania. One thing that makes the Royal Rumble one of the freshest and one of the most funnest matches after all of these years being in existence is the surprise returns to the company. Maybe even a debut of somebody who's never been in WWE before, just seeing a fresh face or even a legend that we haven't seen. I talked about this in an early video, talking about Bobby Lashley maybe making the jump from Global Force Wrestling and coming and joining WWE, is that there are so many wrestlers out there that are signed up by WWE already as it is. There's not many guys that are out there that aren't signed by Global Force Wrestling or under contract to New Japan Wrestling. I know that they're more than likely going to be wanting to use people from Raw, from SmackDown. They're going to be wanting to use people from 205 Live. They're probably even going to be wanting to bring in some of the guys that were a part of the European tournament that went down this year. So, I mean, it's hard to even find a number for somebody to take, for somebody to come in there. As of right now, a guy that we've been making this video about, honestly, for a few years, because when it comes down to it, I know that this guy is one of the biggest names in professional wrestling, even without the machine of WWE behind him. But it just seems like WWE is the best spot for this guy to be, because it just fits him so well. He's basically a human cartoon character that has been there for so long that, you know, it just seems like that's the place that he should be. And that, of course, is Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio, of course, you know, had a very, very bad breakup with WWE a few years ago, which was led by him, you know, wanting to get out of the company, maybe wrestle for AAA. You know, Rey Mysterio has been wrestling less and making a good deal of money out there on the independents. You know, when they post lists of, you know, what the wrestlers' demands are to work certain independents, Rey Mysterio is one of the guys bringing in possibly the most money of anybody out there working the independent circuit. But I think, like everybody, you know, wants Rey to come back. And, you know, on the Wrestling Observer podcast today during the Q&A, Dave Meltzer was asked about Rey Mysterio returning to the company because there were talks a few months ago. Of course, you know, I really don't know what is going on with Lucha Underground. I've heard that, you know, it is coming back for a fourth season, but I've also heard that the money is pretty much gutted out of the company. I don't know if Rey Mysterio is already under contract to stay for that last you know, set of tapings, or if he would be able to be free to go. I know that there's a lot of people, a lot of the contracts that were up for Lucha Underground, a lot of those guys are up, and now those guys are free agents to either leave, or if they want to stay and stay there, they can. To me, honestly, I mean, Lucha Underground was really, really hot the first year. And, you know, after it took that sort of long hiatus before coming back and having season 2 and season 3, I don't really hear people talk about it like I once did. I remember hearing people talk about how great that show was, that was one of the reasons that they loved to watch wrestling. And, of course, I think it was Rey Mysterio who debuted either in the season finale, or he debuted in the season premiere of season 2. But Rey Mysterio, Dave Meltzer said that, you know, if he was offered $3 million a year, which is possibly what he's making on the independent scene, maybe he would think of coming back for that one last run. I know that, you know, it was looking really great, and at this time, Jeff Hardy is injured. But just look how big, you know, it was when the Hardys came back at WrestleMania 33. They really set the world afire. These are guys that people want to see, and they want to see them in WWE, even though the Hardys were able to be seen on Global Force Impact Wrestling week in and week out. People want them to be home. And just like that, Rey Mysterio's home should be WWE.